I just got this deck from Hay House, part of the monthly, or not monthly, but every quarter subscription, and they finally shipped the tarot deck. I just opened the deck up just now. I haven't looked at the cards, but I wanted to get everything out just to look at the quality. I was just surprised to see a tarot deck because it's been quite a long time. But so far, my first impression is just it's pretty good. The box is solid, high quality, and yes, I know I'm a stickler for boxes because I want to keep the cards for a long time and keep them protected. I don't. I mean, I don't like. I don't like these type of boxes where they're kind of like a side pack, like a cigarette pack reminds me of. I love when they put them in boxes that will hold up for a long time. And this says prepare to embark. So you're going to go on a journey here with this deck, and it's called the Mindscape deck by John A. Rice. And again, it's from the Hay House. And the guidebook is really thick. Boy, it has prompts in here for you to do, has action items that you can follow. It goes into the different element that the card's associated with, the zodiac sign, death of Scorpio. That's really cool, actually. Nice spreads in the deck you can do as well. I've not seen something this well thought out in a long time. This is really nice. He goes into detail about the imagery and the symbols, the readings of the card, different spreads, like I said. The minor arcana, he calls them the minor arcana, he calls them branches, tides, spires, and stones. So I'm assuming, well, let's see how they line up. I'm going to assume branches are probably, would you say wands? My guess. Yeah, element fire is exactly what they are. Tides are going to be water. Spires are going to be air. And then stones, of course, are your pentacles or your earth. Okay, so that's the way it is. Now we're going to go through the cards. And the quality is your typical Hay House, which is actually nice. They got like a little covering on them, or I don't know, like a sheen, something. They're not plastic, but they feel protected, so they'll last a long time. And the quality is there, which I like. Now we'll go ahead and just go through the cards. All right. Let me drop down the camera, get a little closer. And let's go ahead and kick this off. So we got the Fool. Magician. Interesting High Priestess card. I can definitely feel the fertility in that, or the nature, or the serenity, the empress, the luxury, the lushness. That card I definitely vibe with. I feel it. Nicely done. And I love the color palette. It reminds me of like a Monet painting. Really nicely done. Reminds me of the Great Wall of China there, the Emperor. The Hierophant. Chariot movement. That's kind of a cool chariot card. Huh, strength. Interesting card. It's like a big challenge ahead of you. You're going to overcome it through strength. Your horses, you're going to overcome it. You're going to climb the challenge and come to the other side through perseverance. That's a cool card. Hermit. Hmm. Love it. The Hanged One. Huh. Oh, yeah. Civil War vibe on that card. Change. The history, the past just left behind. That's a cool card. I do like it a lot. Temperance. Okay, balance. Fire into the water, steam. From the volcano. This is an interesting deck. I really am liking it. Devil. Huh. The wolf howling. That's nice. Got that Monet vibe for sure. Huh. So you have a sanctuary, not a sanctuary, like a mortuary. What's that word I'm looking for? You have a grave site here. Here you have a city behind it on a wall. That's an interesting card. The world. The catacombs. Huh. The great work. So the extra cards are in the major arcanas, it looks like. Now we go to the minors. Okay. What do you think so far? Do you resonate with these? You enjoy? I don't know, it just reminds me of like little postcards I used to get when I was a kid. They're very soothing to look at too. It's like you can really get into these cards and really enjoy them. I love the color because they're just so rich with interpretation, like the catacombs, right? The blue, very emotional. The light coming down from an opening in the sky, purity, trying to lift your spirit. But then you have your subconscious mind, the black gate behind it. What's there? Well, what you manifest becomes your reality. Ladder to climb up to the top. Yeah, I don't know. Just I could just go on these cards forever. They're really interesting. All right, now we'll hit with the wands, which are your branches. All right, Ace of Branches. A whole new world waiting for you to go explore. Huh, interesting. I wonder if these are hand painted. They got a very painterly feel to them. They don't feel AI or digital to me. They could be, but they feel more hand. You see the borders too; they're kind of like a little bit uneven. I love that. It's like a real drawing. I think that's why I like them so much. Again, I don't know if they're digital or AI or what, but I like the vibe this deck gives. I bet you read his little book here. It's going to tell us, but let's just do it real quick. I am curious. What does it say here? John A. Rice is an award-winning actor, writer, and artist. Specialized in oil pastels. There you go. That's what I thought. I got the Monet vibe to this whole thing. As one of the few artists working in this medium, his work has sold in more than 35 countries worldwide. He runs his art shop, JAR Studio, out of New York City, and his workplace or workspace is in Astoria, New York. John's mission is to foster healing, introspection, and creativity through otherworldly art, empowering the internal world so that we can enrich our outer world. That's why I think I like this, because I'm seeing so much AI decks these days that I'm getting sick of it. But these decks that come out that have that authentic feel to them, I'm just falling in love with them. And I just tell you, I really like this. Now we're on the 3. This is actually kind of cool too. Check it out. So 1, right? 1 tree is planted. 2, a seed was planted. Another one pops up. The idea now is growing. Decisions being made. 3, your growth. Starting to have a little bit of an orchard there going on, right? So it's progression. I like how he's doing this. 4, yeah, that's cool, right? Now he has orchards. It's stabilized. 5, oh, fire wrecked it, right? Didn't prepare properly. 6, now you have victory. So after the hardship came the victory. Or after the struggle of the elements, you have the victory, right? 7, fire is, yeah, boy, this guy, artist, is amazing. 8, a rebirth. 9, curious what the 10 is going to look like. I'm really curious. Just completely full, overgrown, Really, really cool. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm digging this deck. Page. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. This is an interesting deck. I can definitely see myself using it, but it's more like you're in a dream world. It's almost like you're kind of like tapping into your subconscious to really step out of reality a little bit, get back into your, I don't want to say fantasy, but just step away and reflect on the cards and images. Beautiful. Okay, Ace of Tides. This is your cups. Okay, see that? The progression? That's a red sky at night is a sailor's delight. A red sky in morn is a sailor's warning. That was told me by my grandfather when he served back in World War II. He used to run on the ships. He wasn't from the United States. He was from overseas and talked a lot about things in the ocean. I love the pastel feel of these cards. 3. Yeah, celebrate. That's cool. How do you feel with this deck? Do you like what you're seeing here? If you like these cards, drop down what you like, the tides or so far the branches. Huh. Interesting night. A little bit of storm on the 8. 9 of cups. Curious what 10 is going to look like. Let's see. Got the rainbow still vibe going on. Got the birds flying. Storms over is past. Smooth sailing. Interesting deck. Cave. Okay, the page. I can see that. Leaving the cave. The water goes out in the sea. And not, yeah, on the water, sailing. It's funny, it's not calm water. It's a little bit rough. The lighthouse. God, I just got that. Even that Rome, old world feel is also what I'm kind of vibing on this deck. What's next? What was this? Spires was what? I think this is swords. Let me check real quick. Spires. Yeah, spires are your air. These are your swords. But I don't think you're gonna read these like your typical Rider-Waite deck. This is more of an intuition thing, and you'd have to really read the guidebook because he calls it Mindscape because it's really more about reflection. Like for example, right, Ace of Spires, Ace of Swords, right? When you look at this card, what do you see? I'm seeing kind of like my mind at peace, and I'm seeing a sunrise come up, or a sun coming out, or peeking out through the clouds or the water. I don't know what that is. I can't tell. Maybe it's the ocean, but something like a divine spark pop. In the middle of this thing. Maybe it's not the sun, but and out of all the waves and the mountain, which is challenges and so forth, yeah, this idea just going to really blossom. And it makes your mind just cut through the emotions and get to the fact of the matter. And the 2, you have a mountain in front of you. This is truly mine because you have a crossroad here. Which way are you going to go? You have to make a decision because if you go straight, you got to climb that peak. So you're kind of stalemated if you can't make a decision. You're going to sit there forever. Don't do that. Make a decision and go left or right. But if you look close to the card, you pick the wrong way, it stops. It goes back into the thick of things. But if you slow down and really observe, you'll see this path here. It takes you out somewhere else. 3. Kind of like storm there going on. All right. 4. Huh. Interesting. That's a cool 6. That's a haunting image of mountains and shadow. I don't know, it's a little face, or I meant to do that, but it's like a little image there. It might just be the oil pastels. You notice how rather than swords is mountains, which is challenges. Challenges. A lot of times the challenges are in your mind, because what does gray represent? Wisdom. But it's muted. It's held down. And you have these things blocking your path forward. And it's almost like you're doing it to yourself, because if you look real close, there's a smooth path through here, right? There's an easy way out. But you're going to take it, you're going to go over each peak. Anyway, that's just what I'm seeing. Maybe you see something different. The 9. Yeah, heavily mountains. That's really interesting. 10. Yeah, I definitely don't get the Rider-Waite. So this, I would not read this as a Rider-Waite deck. It'd be more of a soul-searching, mind-enhancing type of a read. Like when you see the 10, what do you see? Well, you see a lot of shadow, right? Subconscious mind. You see light, which is the conscious mind. So to turn this around, you have to think positive to overcome these obstacles. A lot of shadow work down through here too. Helium blue, that's cool. Queen. That's a pretty card. King. Climbing a mountain, huh? Base camp. Now we're on the pentacles, which is stones. It's almost like you got a clean slate. What are you going to do with it? Huh. I don't see a transition. Well, let's see. This building is this building here. All right. So you have the ace and the 2. The angle's more over here, I think. You're kind of catching a glimpse of this. As you move over, now you can see this building better, but from a different angle. And you have a hammock. 2 here, 2. I'm not too sure how to read that card, the 2. And then the 3, or is it building a city? Yeah, I think that's what it is. You start with the nothing, and you start adding things, making decisions, and the decisions then become growth. They start growing into something more. And the 4, yeah, now you have a city itself. And there's a tower. See how I did that? So the cards are actually built on each other. 5 should be destruction or something. No, it's a storm. Sandstorm. Okay, that makes sense. 6 of stones. Huh. 7. Curious what 10 looks like. 8. It's really grown. Look at that. 9. You're really making it now. You're really building your empire, you know? It's cool. And then 10. Wait a minute. So the 10 is history? What? It's almost like an archaeologist is now driving through the desert. This card usually around generational wealth. But this is different. This is more like The past has been, we're going to go to the guidebook, y'all, because this is a different, interesting card. This what's his take on it? The city thrives under the bright awning of a grand bazaar. That's the 9 we saw before. Now the 10, though the city's firm foundation has weathered with ages, it was long ago buried beneath the sands of time, returning to the earth from which it came. A lone explorer investigates the ruin. That's what I thought. The headlights of their Jeep cast a guiding light, suggesting that all you can do is your best with the light you have to see by right now. That's a different take, isn't it? Journal prompts. A cherished family tradition that I aim to continue is what? Don't let it die. God, that's deep, man. How does my heritage inspire my aspirations and dreams? Wow, that's cool. Legacy, inheritance, lineage, security, responsibility, wealth, investment, passing the baton. And it's those who you pass it to define how it turns out. Man, how freaking cool is that, huh? You feeling this? I am feeling this. But again, not your typical tarot read. I don't know how I use it with clients, but I really like this. Look at the Page of Stones. Look at that card. Architecture, learning how to build. Knight, he's working, making it happen, taking the Page's plans forward. The Queen, beauty, has it all. Balance, wealth, nurturer, beauty, and the King, his journal, chronicle of life, laid out for all to see. This deck is absolutely breathtaking. I really like it. Now, I think for me, what kind of readings do I use this for? I want to say soul searching. Like if I'm having maybe a client or a querent that has questions about, I don't know, want to know what to do or overcoming some type of hardships, and you want to get to the crux of the matter more in a psychological way, I have a feeling this would be the deck I would use. And so let's say if I ask myself, what do you want me to know? All right, so we pull a card, the Emperor, build the wall, protect your surroundings, right? Right there, you can see that. Don't let things break through. Don't let the ocean override you. Don't let people override you. Protect yourself. Have a firm foundation and build your house overlooking so you can see anything coming up on you, right? Good position of protection. That's what the advice is. That's the quick read for this Emperor card. And if you can do that by building that solid foundation, that solid wall around your life, put in your boundaries, you follow me so far? So when the waves crash into the wall, it doesn't fall. Because it's not built on sand, it's built on something stable. Then nothing can get through. Nothing can break you. Because you're the Emperor, you control your domain. That's exactly how I use this deck. Because it's a different vibe than the Rider-Waite, you know? When you look at the Rider-Waite deck and its Emperor card, what do you see? It's a completely different way to read the deck because this is more about power, right? So about person in total control. We know what the meanings mean. We're not going to go there. We're going to go with more of that investigation look at it. So it's somebody in total control of their domain. They're in armor, so they're going to stand up no matter what. They're ready to fight for what's right. They're not going to allow somebody to push them over. So it's more active in the now, more of that fire energy I'm feeling here. Even though this is a fire card, I don't feel it. It's more calm. It's more like build that wall and don't let anything override it. It's like you're both in control, but this has just a different way of looking at that control. Like I explained, this is kind of like in the now, in the person, let's get up, let's go, and just march and drive in, right? Nothing's going to get in my way. Nothing's going to stop me because I hold the world in my hand. Versus this more compartmentalized. This is more like boxed in. It's looking at your life and your emotions and how you protect yourself from the outside elements, where this is more like you're ruling. That's the end of it. Completely different vibe I'm getting from these decks. Same card, different way of reading it. So, and again, they're both fire, but just a different way of absolutely filling the deck. So anyway, that's how I'd read this deck, and this is that's how I read the deck, and this is the vibe I'm getting from it. So who's this deck for? I would say it's for anybody that really wants to do some soul searching and to dig deep into their inner being, for lack of better words, to really get to know what you want and how to think about it outside the box, because these cards are so different. Not your typical. You have to really tap into your intuition, look at the colors. Blue, very emotional. So your emotions here, the black fish, the dolphins, black is subconscious in the blue water of your emotion. And you could turn the picture however you want, depending on how you manifest it. Are you going to be negative or positive? A little bit of cloud, so a little bit of contention around the emotion of blue. So again, that's how I read this. This is more like I don't want to say dreamy kind of a thing. Beautiful deck, though. I mean, it is an absolute beautiful deck. So I would definitely recommend it. Definitely check it out. And it's not the Haystacks where I picked up at. So if you're interested in this deck, get it from those guys. Again, I did not get this for free. I paid for it, but I would recommend it. I think it's a lovely, beautiful deck. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love the artwork. Can't say enough about it. So with that being said, wrapping this up, if you would like to have a little more details and readings, check out my Substack, because I share a lot of things there that are not shared here on YouTube or anywhere else, and they're for my paid subscribers. And if you would like a reading from me, as you see how I read on my different videos I've done here before, I offer them also on my Substack page. You can get a discount if you're a member, or just to check it out. And I'd invite you to please subscribe if you want to have tailored readings with depth and detail delivered to your inbox. And until next time, I want to see you in my next video. All right. Bye, everyone.